I've been slacking on camera duty today. Anyway, so I thought my defroster was gonna be here till like the 5th or something of August, but it showed up today for some reason. This is what I came up with, and I think it's simple but effective. It's just 2 ports to come out. This side's all blocked off because really it doesn't matter. It still sits in there like it's supposed to, and being offset to one side, we clear all the wiper stuff, hopefully. I haven't actually test fitted it yet. Working on that cowl a little bit. Here's that. It's just a vintage air defrost kit. So that's what it looks like. You put the hose on, and it's got some chinsy kind of things. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these or not yet, but I might. I actually thought about cutting out the inside of them and like putting like a dimple across it just for something different, I guess. But I'm not sure yet. Right now, that's not really a concern. You can see we're starting to get this boxed in. So I'll do another wing like this on that side, and then we'll build a plate, probably just piece in here to here, and then an in here to here, and then you know that kind of thing. So just keep going. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through all the cutting and bending and all that, so I'm just gonna keep you updated as I go, get things tacked in or whatever, and so you can have a look. Well, it got pretty late this weekend again. I got going on this cowl though. I got pieces ready to cut, but it's midnight, so I can't be too loud. Got the piece for the far side, and then the first piece to fill here. And then I have a little bit. This piece ended up being a little taller than it's supposed to, so we'll just have to trim into this. Won't be any big of a deal, so. Well, got a lot done. I just kind of got after it, so didn't really miss out on much. Just getting this cowl and under lower cowl done. So I got just test fitting the upper cowl. But check this out. Oh, that's a metal shaving in the hand. It's all closed off with this little hole. So we gotta do the edges here on both sides. Mostly just that one on that side. And then prep it for primer, sealer, and prime it, and forgot seam sealer. The seam sealer on top side. I'm gonna go in on the inside and clean up any stuff that I didn't get from the outside. So like this piece will get either trimmed down or folded up at least, and then tacked into place at minimum. And then same thing, we'll seam seal the inside, that way we know we don't have any leaks. And then after we get that all sealed up, get this bad boy back at where it's supposed to be, and then we'll build a shelf to close that off. And then we'll be all done. I do need to figure out which way I'm gonna run my wiper wires. Either I'm just gonna shoot them through the cowl, or if I'm gonna take them all the way back out and around. All right, that's where I'm at. Got that lower cowl welded in. Got it primed. I got it seam sealed, and then I did a primer seal over top. Not sure if that's right, but at least it's still only the lower cowl. I'll probably actually shoot some black paint on it, because you can see all that through the vents of the cowl. So wait for this paint to dry, shoot some black on it, and I did the sealer so you don't get the sinking, dull looking paint, and supposedly helps hold back the rust in the end or something. I don't know. So let this dry up, shoot some black over the whole thing, and then I'm gonna go back and buff the edge of that back clean, get that bad boy clamped on here. And we are probably gonna end up having to buff all this back clean because the cowl only comes back to here, but whatever. I like working backwards, so then soon we'll have to start cutting this. Finally got this upper cowl tack back in. It's not the prettiest, but it will do the job. Now we just gotta build the sides out, but I gotta get all this stuff out of the way first. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna go under the dash and do that or do this part next. It really doesn't matter what order because it both needs done. So if I go under the dash, then I gotta do all that. Well, I got a wild hair and started chopping all this out because I didn't feel like sitting in the car. And it's easier to cut stuff. So I got this cut. It's not pretty yet. I'll have to make it even and stuff, and then make it template steel. And then I got this mark notch for this headlight bezel area. So I just gotta get that cut off and see if we can get the fender to fit where it's supposed to. All right, so I kind of just had enough working on wipers. So, which I just need to put in a new bushing because I melted it. Whoops. But I got this piece. This is my A-pillar filler to attach the old body to the new body. And I just got it cleaned up to put in. It'll go in right like so. And eventually our holes will go in here, up there, for our dash, our side mounts for our dash. But so I'm gonna get this welded in and then do the other side. I'm a little weary about like recording while welding after I took out 2 of these lenses, but I guess I can set it back a ways and see if we can get some. Alright, put this piece in, fill a little bit of the gap up top. Fitment's pretty good. I'll clamp it over so it fits a little better. Alright guys, I decided to switch gears from what I was doing, which was working on getting that plated, working on the dash stuff, because we had all of our fastback swap parts show up and I am running out of room. We got quarter panels, roof, rear panel, another rear panel because they sent me a bent one, deck lid, filler panel that goes between the back window and the trunk lid, and drip rails. So I say let's just get this thing destroyed the rest of the way. So we're gonna get this whole back end off, back glass off, roof off. So we're gonna start at the roof, and I think we have a couple hours yet before we need to be quiet. So I bought this fancy I don't know, I call it a ripper bit for a air hammer. I'm gonna give this thing a try. I'm just basically gonna skin the roof off once I get the back glass out, and then just kind of work my way around. I don't plan on saving anything completely. I'm probably eventually going to cut and save these out of those quarters in the end, but I think I'm gonna end up getting the quarter panels off. Just run a blade through here. I'm gonna try and keep that deck lid panel in there just so I have a good reference for height wise. I think the fastback sits higher in the end, and we're gonna use the 2012 package tray anyway. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Start from the top, work our way down, get these spot welds out, cut across there, and we're gonna try and get as much of this done before midnight. We got about 2 hours. So I'm just gonna set you up like I did for the previous videos, where we're really tearing stuff down just so we don't have to keep turning the camera on and off. It's more editing, but it's manageable and it's decent content, I think, to just watch how a car can change from that to, and then once we get it all stripped down, that'll be just a video. And then we'll switch around and we'll do putting the fastback stuff on, and it's just kind of a learning process anyway. So I'm gonna try and keep the videos manageable as far as watching time, so you're only like, 20-minute videos tops, so you don't lose too much interest. I know this can be exciting and boring at the same time. If you're doing this kind of swap, some of this stuff may help you in the future. Watching me mess up, watching me figure it out, whatever. Behind the scenes, I've been working on, I tore apart the 2012 door and stole all the components out of it, and I'm working on trying to make them fit into the stock 65 doors, window regulator and all, so we can plug and play the 2012 harness, which I think will be awesome. So, but roof isn't salvageable. It's pretty, it's good for sheet metal, but it's got a lot of imperfections. This quarter panel's messed up in the back, and I don't know how much Bondo is in here. So I'm just gonna try and get it skinned off, and then we gotta get this quarter glass out. But somewhere in here we're gonna have to split it because we need to keep all this. So we might just come right around the outside of this and just take that chunk itself after we get the roof. So, well, all right, I'll get you set up and let's go for a ride.